Alright guys, so I'm going to talk about my supplement stack here that will hopefully help increase my testosterone. So, this isn't really a supplement. You can consider food a supplement. This right here is tuna. I'm going to be eating more healthy fish products, such as this right here. I like this stuff. This stuff ain't bad at all. But, I do have some omega-3 fatty acid supplements that I might take too in the process. But I'll have these every once in a while. But let's just get that out of the way for now. There is another lifestyle thing that I'm going to do that will help contribute probably even more than any of these things, and I'll get to that when I get to that. So first, let me talk about this right here. Now, this is just a scrap piece of paper I found, so I'll have to excuse that. But last time I had my testosterone checked, it was earlier this year. It was February 20th, 7 in the morning. 385.8. Now that's on the lower end of the scale. Now the problem is though, I asked specifically if I could get like the whole panel. I wanted everything. I wanted free T. I wanted estrogen. Cortisol would have been nice. And then also, forgive me if I'm saying it wrong, sex hormone binding globulin. I think I'm pronouncing that right or saying that right. You have to excuse me a little bit too. I'm sick with a cold right now. I'm trying to recover from it, so it might sound a little bit weird. But yeah, so it's on the lower end, and it's just total T. I have no idea. And this is the only time I've ever had it tested too, by the way. So I don't know anything else except for that. Now, ideally, I should have it tested again right now before I embark on this journey. But I'm cheap. I don't have the money for that. I do have a doctor appointment roughly around the same time. I think it might be February 15th, somewhere around there. So I don't know if I want to get tested again through just my regular doctor, because they don't believe in, testing everything, and you have to have an excuse like, oh, we'll just say that, you have symptoms of low testosterone to get you tested for your insurance to cover it. No, I do want to say though that vitamin D is has a huge role to play, it sounds like, for testosterone. I did have that checked on this date right here. Just recently I made a video about that. That was my last video I posted. And that was just a few months ago. It was 84.1, and that's the highest it's ever been. So, and that's because of this product right here, more than likely, and getting sunlight. But yeah, let's just talk about what my plan is. So I haven't taken the vitamin D for a while. Now I highly recommend this brand right here, this particular supplement from Dr. Berg. They make the 10,000 IU version of it, and then also the 5,000. Now, when they have the 5,000 IU version, everything else is halved as well. So it's also a K2 supplement, as you can see. And I believe everything else here is in half. Now, the two minor problems, the nitpicky problems I have with this, maybe 3 or 2.5 or whatever, but if they have this much zinc, which is kind of high, I just at the very least wish that, they could lower it, first of all. Either that, or that they would put just a tiny bit of copper in here, like 1 milligram of copper, just a little bit of something, because you don't want that to be out of whack. So that's like 1 or maybe 2 nitpicks. And then the other thing is, I wish they would also put just a tiny bit of boron in there. Mostly for sake of other people. I got my own boron supplement, which I'll get to in a second, but the reason being is because these things all work together. Boron works very well with vitamin D and just all these things. So that's why. But yeah, this will definitely go a long way. Now, this boron supplement, I'm pretty sure I talked about that before. A lot of people, like a lot of it's anecdotal, sure, but you go to the different YouTube videos that talk about boron, and people in the comments will be like, oh yeah, I take like 6, sometimes 9 milligrams a day, and you really feel the difference. And I think I felt the difference too when I first started taking this. I was taking 9 milligrams a day, maybe more. I think some days a little bit more. I think I felt the difference in the gym. Now, it could be placebo, so I don't know. I don't want to say for sure. But this is very cheap. It's like not even $5 on Amazon. It's like $4 and something. Yeah, and it's got 100 capsules. That's a lot for $5. It also comes with some vitamin B2, so for whatever that's worth. They must think that it pairs well with that, I suppose. It's got 3 different types of boron, as you can see right here. And again, it's $5. So I'm taking 6 milligrams. The reason, or the main reason being, is that, other than it helps with like vitamin D and stuff, all the other things that go, that boron is good for, it helps with the sex hormone binding globulin. it helps with free testosterone, and that's the most important. Testosterone, for my purposes, I want to have more energy, I want to have more gains in the gym, more muscle mass, all that good stuff, more strength. The more free T that you have for that purpose, the better. And this helps release that. Apparently, that's what a lot of people say. So yeah, I'm doing that. I'm going to take probably just 6 milligrams. Now, whether or not I cycle any of these, I'm not too sure yet. Some people say they cycle boron, and some people say they also cycle the next one I'm going to talk about, Tomcat Ali. I almost always say Tomcat Ali. It's also known as Long Jack. Now, I just bought this literally today. I took one before. I ordered a Long Jack product through Double Wood Supplements. That's a pretty reputable brand. Problem is, though, it takes days to get here. So I found this at a somewhat local store up in Green Bay when I went to Costco for like $15 or like 14, $15. So I'm like, well, might as well. I'll have 2 of them and I can, use this one. And then when it runs out, use the other one that comes in. The only problem with this one is that it does not tell you the ratio. It is extract, which is what you want, but is it 100 to 1? Is it 200 to 1? I have no idea. I did hear that if you get a supplement like this and if it tastes really bitter, then it's good. It should be good, at least. So I opened up one of the capsules, and I don't know why I used to do this all the time. Whenever I would get a new supplement, I would open up the capsule and just like get a little powder on my finger and just lick it just to see what it tastes like. These are kind of big, actually. I mean, I don't care. It doesn't bother me, but for some people, it might bother them. I'm trying to do this with one hand. But there it is. I already took one before, so yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I heard a lot of good things about this. This helps raise testosterone. I'm not sure if it raises testosterone and or free T. So yeah, I don't know. Now, to cycle this, some people say like 5 days on, 2 days off, or 1 month on, and then like a week off, or just there's different ways to do it. I'm gonna experiment. I don't know. I mean, for right now, I might even take 2 of these for the time being. It does say take 1 or 2 capsules daily. The problem with this, so I hear, is that some people experience hair loss. Not everybody, but some people, and it could be because of an increase of DHT, maybe. That's what some people assume what it could be. So, I don't know. Can't say anything about this brand. I'm not sure, but we'll try it out. I mean, it's got like a strong bitter taste to it, so it must be a good product, I hope. But yeah, it's just to hold me over. I don't mind spending an extra $14, $15 on it for now. And then once the other Double Wood stuff comes in, that one is 200 to 1. And it does come with like 20 milligrams of something else. I can't remember what it was, though. Something tribulus, whatever. It's probably not enough of that to make any difference. I'm just buying it for the Tomcat Ali. Can't remember the milligrams. I think it was higher. It might have been 500. I'm not 100% sure on that. But for 201 ratio, that's pretty good. That's kind of high, but whatever, that's fine. Not more is always better, not necessarily, but I'm just gonna give it a shot. So yeah, between this and the boron, that's probably going to be some of the bigger influencers along with the vitamin D. Now, I did hear that magnesium also plays a vital role in all of this. So I got this some time ago at Costco, and let's see, we have 180 capsules in here. I've already gone through some of that. I don't take this too often. I just kind of take it whenever. Yeah, I'm not super consistent with my supplements all the time. Some things I don't think you have to necessarily be supplements. Like, eating food. You don't eat the same foods necessarily every single day. But yeah, this does have quite a bit of magnesium in there. Let's see, 3 different types. And then it's also got a lot of vitamin B12, and it's got the one of the more better versions of vitamin B12. So yeah, there is that. And I usually only take 1 of these. It's got 2 for a serving, but I'll usually just take 1. So I mean, yeah, some of the foods I eat, I would assume might have higher magnesium, some of the things anyway. So I'm not worried about like having too much magnesium or anything like that, but I just want to make sure I get enough. So yeah, these 4 supplements. I do take other supplements that might contribute a little bit. I was taking some ashwagandha, but that's starting to run out, and I'm pretty much almost done with that. Not gonna up that again, at least right away. I mean, I cycle through supplements sometimes. I don't always have to feel like I need to get the same or keep the same supplement in my system all the time throughout the year, because I'll just be taking like 30, 50 supplements or something like that. Like I said, I do have some fish oil. supplements, but I'm going to try to get that from natural foods as much as possible. This also does contain natural vitamin D. And you want to get vitamin D from 3 sources: supplements, food, and sunlight. I did get a gym membership just for the winter months because, or at least partly because, I want to tan just a little bit, nothing like too much or anything like that, just to get some of that vitamin D potentially from that a little bit. And yeah, it just feels good. I like having not so like white skin by the end of the winter, and then I feel like I have to tan out in the sun a little bit just to look normal because I'm outside all the time, and I don't like that farmer's look. I have like torched arms, from the sunlight, dark arms, and then the rest of my body is like super white. So I just want to kind of maintain that a little bit. Yeah, so, and I'm being responsible with that, so don't worry. What else do I want to say? Sleep. I'm actually filming this in my bedroom right now because downstairs in the kitchen's all being used up. So maybe not the most ideal place, but yeah, sleep. That is the biggest thing. I have been feeling like utter garbage lately because of how little sleep I have always gotten in my life, especially lately, going to bed very late. It's probably why I'm sick right now. I think it's because of just weakening my immune system. Vitamin D and zinc and all that, it's not going to prevent me from getting sick all the time if I'm really trashing my body with lack of sleep. And that can really tank your testosterone. So yeah, between getting more sleep, these things, and whatever else I can do, I'm just going to experiment. Give it, I don't know, a month and a half or so. I mean, that will take me to that doctor. Oh, that's 2 months. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm going to try to find a somewhere else where I can get that full panel of testing done. At the very least, I would love to get my free testosterone checked, my total, and then the globulin thing as well. Estrogen would be nice to have, and cortisol would be nice to have. Not, if I don't get it, then I don't get it. But I just want the full picture. I want to see everything in there. I don't just want to look at my total testosterone and just assume stuff out there. And, I could rant about that too, like I always do. Like, why is this not just standard testing? They test your like cholesterol and stuff like that, but there should be other things that you test. It's super important to get your hormones checked, get a nice hormonal profile, and get your vitamin D checked. You shouldn't need an excuse for that. That's just ridiculous, but that's what they do apparently these days, the sick care system. I can rant about that. As far as like other foods, I'm going to try to be eating more eggs. I think I heard that, if you eat a lot of eggs in your diet, like you just have a few eggs or whatever, that can raise your testosterone as well. So we'll see what happens, and we'll check back again in about a month, 2 months from now.